body's still not adjusted. So First Man is directed by Damien Chazelle and stars Ryan Gosling as Neil Armstrong, who was famously known as being the first man to walk on the moon. This film shows the life story of Neil Armstrong, the procedure that went into the space program, and also what it was like for Neil and his life dealing with this huge event, and also how it actually played out in the actual event itself. Now, I have to say that I was very excited going into this movie because Damien Chazelle is one of my favourite directors working today. Above me, you can see the Blu-rays of his two previous films. We have Whiplash and La La Land up there. We also have the 4K of La La Land there as well. I got that movie twice. And I honestly think he is such a fantastic director. He's always been able to do such magical, special movies. Like La La Land is truly amazing. And my favourite movie from him, Whiplash, is just a brutal but truly outstanding film that I absolutely adored. So with that said, when I heard that Damien Chazelle was going to be directing a Neil Armstrong biopic, I was very, very interested in this movie. It did not let me down. First off, Ryan Gosling as Neil Armstrong. Ryan Gosling is an incredible actor across the board. I haven't seen him give in a terrible performance ever, and this is a very different performance from him. He's very understated, he's very quiet, and very withdrawn. And I've seen a lot of people complain about that, saying that, you know, maybe he didn't give as much as he could have. But I don't really know much about Neil Armstrong, but I assume that this is what he was actually like. He was very quiet, a very withdrawn person. And I feel that's what Ryan Gosling was trying to emulate with his performance. And overall, whether he was like that or not, I think it was a really good performance on the whole, because you actually got to see a lot in his eyes. If you look into his eyes, there is a lot going on there. And even though he might not speak as much or have much facial expression, when you look into his eyes say 1,000 words. And I honestly think that Ryan Gosling may have given one of his best performances in this movie. He was outstanding, his emotion was there, I really felt it in my core. I really think he just did a fantastic job. You know, I mean, I loved him in La La Land as Sebastian, but I really think this is his best performance. You know, I loved him in The Nice Guys, I loved him in Drive, but there are so many good performances that he has done throughout his career. This might be the best. Also, Claire Foy has to get a mention as his wife, Janet. She was also phenomenal in this movie. I mean, Janet is a very interesting character and a very interesting foil to Neil Armstrong, and it's just a really good role for her. Obviously, she is a fantastic actress as well. You know, you've seen her in The Crown or Breathe last year. She is just an excellent actress across the board. I can't wait to see her in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo? No, The Girl in the Spider's Web. Yeah, The Girl in the Spider's Web. I can't wait to see her in that next month as well. She's just a great actress, and again, here, one of my favourite roles from her. She just really is like a powerhouse performance. I think she's definitely a lock for Best Supporting Actress. I think she's going to do very good come awards season. Damien Chazelle, what a master of filmography you are. I mean, like I said, I love Whiplash, I love La La Land, but this is such a well-shot movie. There are so many different moments throughout here. Like, Damien Chazelle is mainly using handheld cam throughout this movie. Pretty much the majority, I'd say about 90% of this movie is shot through a handheld cam. There's only one scene that I don't think was. The rest of it very much was through a handheld cam, and it really puts you into those scenes. It really puts you right in the middle of it, and he also uses a lot of up-close shots as well to really focus in on the emotion of some of the characters, especially when you need to focus on Neil's character, because like I said, he isn't that emotive, so you do have to really get up close, again, to get into his eyes to see what he's really feeling. And I feel like, again, it's really well done by Damien Chazelle. And there's one moment I really have to point out where, in one of the test flights, you are inside this shuttle with Neil Armstrong, you are in there, and it's shaking, it's all over the place, and I was disorientated and actually dizzy coming out of that scene, and my body never quite adjusted after that. And it's not a negative, I think it's incredible that a film was able to do that and have that effect on my body. I thought it was insane, and it was just really well shot and really gave me that visceral feeling of being inside a rocket, you know, the feeling that this could all go wrong in any second, this could all blow up and destroy at any possible moment. And the fact that the film was able to convey that to me and make my body feel that is a huge achievement. Also, Justin Hurwitz provided the score for this movie, and it is magical. There are so many beautiful themes, especially the moment when Neil does actually step onto the moon. There is a beautiful score as the lunar lander comes into land. It's just a really magical moment. That music really adds to it, and I think there's a lot of pieces like that throughout this movie that really just adds so much to so many, you know, scenes that would be great anyway, but the music just really makes you feel it in your heart. And also sound mixing. I think this movie is going to get a lot of nominations when it comes to sound mixing, especially when we get to the Oscars, because this is just insane. There are so many moments, because there's a lot of quiet scenes in this movie, But then when you're in the rockets and when you're in the shuttles, it's so loud and so visceral that, again, it draws you in. It's so immersive that it just brings you into these rockets itself. And it's just insane to hear all these noises. You hear all the clanging, the rustling. You know, you feel like you are in there. And I feel that the sound mixing does a lot for that as well. And like I said, I definitely think you should keep your eye on this movie when we come to the Oscars, because I think sound mixing is going to be a huge part for this, and it's really going to do well here. I really do believe that. Overall, I was really excited about First Man, and this movie did not let me down. I think it's absolutely incredible across the board. I really don't have a negative with it. I think it's a truly outstanding film. Damien Chazelle is 3 for 3 at this point. It's probably my least favourite Damien Chazelle film, and it's not because it's bad in any way. Like I said, I don't have a single negative with this movie. I just personally prefer Whiplash and La La Land a little bit more than First Man. But I still think it's a great film. You really need to go check this out. It's really visceral. Like I said, it's truly immersive. And don't be surprised if you come out and your body feels a bit weird and you feel a bit dizzy, because that's exactly how I felt. But the fact the movie was able to do that is truly special. So did you guys see First Man? If you did, tell me all your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let's have a conversation about First Man in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, if you want to see more movie reviews from me, be sure to subscribe. I hope to see you guys again in my next video.